Hi. So I've been watching the YouTubes, and on the YouTubes, I have been noticing that there are punks circulating once again. Hey, there's a revival. Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. If there's a revival, keep it fucking breathing, man. But there's a lot of discourse over whether or not punks should be political, and they ought to be. However, um, these little like fucking Gen Z motherfuckers had turned into that asshole. I was like right where you were whenever I was your age, but hey, hear me out. Like all these you don't know what you're fucking talking about whenever it comes to like you have not had time to do your research because like yeah, while punk rock is politically charged, it's not always wonderfully politically charged, if you know what I'm saying. Like Rude Boys, once they came up around, I think, like, are, like, as far as I could look back, it's all really, because there's not, like, one punk ideology, you know? Like, they're just politically charged songs. It's not really all about anarchy. There was just one, the most popular punk songs were, had the whole anarchy thing. But I mean, like, the Sex Pistols, they didn't really have, like, they had politically charged lyrics, but they were all just puppets. Like the Sex Pistols were invented because Johnny Rotten was being an asshole outside of like the store in London, and a suit with the coming by looking for business was like I that like he just saw dollar signs, you know, and then like he just like got a bunch of they looked a certain way, so that's exactly the same way we fucking do it now, you know, that it's nothing ever changes, um, and politically, Joey and Johnny Ramone, they didn't agree at all. There were Nazis. Like there like I don't think that a lot of people like to address that there are Nazi punks, but there most certainly are. Uh a lot of people like to do the no true Scotsman, like, bro, it's a part of your subculture that it generated, and you know what? I think it came from the Sex Pistols, or the Sex, like punk in general, like all that stuff started the mosh pits. It was very angry and violently driven subculture. It just was, and that attracted pieces of shit. It just did. Like, that doesn't make up the majority of punks by far. Like, not at all. Like, but I remember whenever I first got into punk, I distinctly remember, that the skinhead thing, especially where I live, like in the South, it was really bad. I think that it originated, I think, like the Rude Boys and the Boneheads or whatever. Like it's got so fucking stupid. There's so many offshoots, and I think that it was just like an easy to produce kind of music. You know what I mean? Like it's just an easy three chord whatever and then like the whole thing was like being very vocal and expressing your ideology. And then that's why you kind of get into like the softer, more emotional, more personal lyric bands like Bauhaus and stuff. That's why stuff is called post-punk. And it's called post-punk because it's not, like the only difference is that it's not really politically charged. It's more like emo shit, you know? And, but like in the 70s, like everything was very politically charged. And I mean, like, it was their ideologies with this angry backdrop of music. It's not necessarily anarchy, anarchy, anarchy. Does that make any sense? And, I think with, they already have, like, the setup for, like, the mosh pits and what the fuck ever. Everybody has tattoos, so you know what? Who gets to come in and be a punk boy back in the 70s? Fucking jail people. It was probably attracting a lot of fucking skinheads and like people from the Aryan Brotherhood, just like the overlap. It's as simple as having tattoos. Why do people think that goths are always into BDSM? You know, it's because they wear BDSM outfits as part of their aesthetic. And Bauhaus, they were the first people that started that. They were the first band that started wearing S&M gear on stage. And people started they thought that it was like signaling this is the they thought that it was a sex thing, and they were like, fuck it, that sells, you know. So just because, like, that's how stupid people are. That is how shallow and stupid people are, and that is why there are so many fucking Nazi punks. It's because in the 70s, fucking Aryan Brotherhood motherfuckers got out of jail, and they're like, oh, this is what, like, this is where I get to go beat people up now. That's where it all, I think that's what happened. I think it's that simple. Oh, my lips look bad. I'm sorry. Like, everybody has to look at it so much. I pick them real bad, and I have ever since I was a kid, and I don't know how to stop. Like, my lips are all kinds of scarred and fucked up, but whatever. I don't know what else I can really say about that. I just thought it was really... I thought it would make a good video. I don't see a lot of people talking about the Nazi punks, and they suck. They... Oh, God. There were these, like, fucking... It was, like, Mary-Kate and Ashley, except they were Nazis. Gady something. And they had stupid fucking... Oh, Lynx and Lamb. Lynx and Lamb Gady. It's tragic. They made punk, like, Nazi-ass music. And, they sucked. God, they sucked. It was, like, 100%... like, it just, damn, I should make a whole video on fucking those poor girls. That sucked. There was just this mom that marketed her twin daughters to little girls, and they didn't even, like, they were trying to, I remember I watched a lot of documentaries on them, and, they would argue with their mom about the ideology that she was trying to coach them to say. I mean, they have, like, fucking Nazi-ass lyrics. Like, they were, like, fucking 6. It was bad. Yeah, and then she would go take them to these, like, punk Nazi concerts that were all skinheads. And, God, I don't know how the fuck her kids didn't get taken away. That shit was bad. I guess, like, technically she wasn't abusing them, but, I mean, she was exposing them to some fucked up people, you know? I mean, like, those neo-Nazis and stuff, they are, like, straight up from, like, out of jail and from the Aryan Brotherhood. Like, it's really bad in jail, and then people get really brainwashed in jail, and people are fucking stubborn, and people don't want to, like, admit that they were fucking wrong, and that they were just, like, doing something to keep them safe because they're a stupid little bitch. And that's why we have all these stupid fucking offshoots of Nazis and stuff everywhere. Okay, anyway, bye.